everyone. Thanks again for tuning into Sin's Workshop. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Alright, so today we're going to be talking about, She is kicking a storm today. We're going to be talking about, Spells Trouble by PC Cast and Kristin Cast. This is, I believe, mother-daughter duo. They did the House of Night series, which I have not read, but I've heard a lot of good things on it. So I think I have them all in like my script library to eventually read. But this is a new series. It's nothing to do with that universe as of right now, which is good because I, again, have not read the House of Night series. But it follows twin witches, twitches, Hunter and Mercy Good. They're descendant of Sarah Good, who was able to escape the witch trials because she is actually a witch, just think Witches of East End kind of witches, they do, or Charmed, original, so they do a lot of, spell casting, a lot of chanting, lots of using herbs and medicinal stuff, kind of like actual, I say this as a Wiccan, kind of like actual real life Wiccans. If you were to go to a bookstore and you look at the paganism section, you would see a lot of the practices that the girls are doing in the book. So I do have to applaud the authors on doing the research for that. It looks like they're trying to be as respectful as possible of Wiccan belief system. So as a Wiccan, I do appreciate that. I like the story. The story I had no problem with. I do think the pacing was really well done. I think it was really well executed. I like the rising tension of the narrative, and I like how the story follows three sets of perspectives. You have Hunter Good, Mercy Good, and Polyphemus, the Cyclops from the Odyssey. Now, that was a really good, interesting twist to the story that I really did appreciate. So in the town of Goodville, Illinois, you have 5 trees. They are gates to the underworld, but they are different underworlds. So olive tree, Tartarus, basically. You have your Norse tree, Japanese cherry blossom, bamboo one. Was that 5? Norse, Greek, Japanese. Egyptian and Hindu. There you go. So that's 5 different belief systems that are interpreted and brought to life in the narrative, which I really think was really interesting for the development of the plot overall. And then Polyphemus has escaped the underworld, Tartarus. Now, the authors don't unload that information all at once. They're just like, as a reader, you're just like, something weird is going on here. But then as the story is developing, as the plot is developing, you're seeing, oh, it's Polyphemus. And when the twins realize, they're like, how the heck do we stop a Cyclops? It's a really good way to develop the mysticism and mythology of the story to keep it really engaging for the reader and keep it really interesting. I will say it was a really quick read for me. I really did enjoy it. I just had one issue with the story. I can't stand Mercy. I think she is just the most self-involved person ever. So, as far as the characterization goes, I liked Hunter way more than Mercy. I think Hunter is a really strong character. She does resonate off the pages, plus you're able to relate to her a little bit more as a reader. She is a lesbian, and in this small town, that means she was bullied, quite a lot, unfortunately. So she does carry that pain with her. Now, I don't think Mercy means to be dismissive. You know, she's dating the quarterback. She's like, oh, these are my friends now. You know, like, come on, that was ages ago. Get over it. Kind of attitude. And it's just like, no one gets over that kind of pain. It's just, you know, your friends made her feel like an outcast her entire life. So just because you're friends with them now doesn't mean your sister has to be friends with them. And I like that Hunter kind of calls her out on that a lot in the story. In fact, there is this brilliant scene where she just kind of throws words at Mercy. You're just like, yeah, you do that. She's just like, just because it's different doesn't mean it's wrong. You know, she's like, just because my belief system is different than yours doesn't make it wrong. I love that moment because for Hunter, there are a lot of things that are different about her. One of them being her sexuality. Another one being she's the only one who has chosen to become, in all the line of the good family, she's the only one who's chosen to be a cosmic witch. You know, they're more commonly kitchen witches or they are green witches. She has decided being a cosmic witch is her calling. And her mother was 100% supportive. Not only that, instead of choosing a female deity, she chooses a male deity. And for Mercy, she's just like, oh, you shouldn't have done that. It's all your fault. All these bad things are happening because you chose to invoke a male god instead of a female goddess. And it's just like, Hunter calls her out on her shit. Like, first of all, when that prophecy you read was written, they didn't see gender for the gods. They were just the gods, you know? We're becoming more aware. And I think she has a point because we are becoming more aware of gender and identity nowadays. So, Mercy is just, especially after their, and this is not a spoiler alert. This happens right at the end of the, back cover book. The blurb. Right after their mother is dead, dies, Mercy just breaks down. Again, she's kind of had a really easy life. She's the Miss Popular girl. And, oh, God, I hate how she talks. She's just like, oh, bugger it all. It's just like, and I like her friend. She's like, you're not British. Can you stop with the British slang? She comes off as really pretentious. I don't know why people like her. I read on reviews like, oh, love Mercy. Like, why? First of all, she's kind of a crappy sister. When Hunter does a lot of, she undermines Hunter a lot in the story. She makes Hunter feel insignificant. She chooses her dick boyfriend, who, by the way, is a dick. He is a dick. They all know it, and they're like, her best friend knows it, her sister's best friend knows it, her sister knows it, their cat knows it. Everyone knows it. Kirk is a dick. And she's just like, oh no, you guys just don't understand him. It's just like, no, he's a dick. He's a fucking dick. Pardon my language. Sorry. And she just kind of puts him over her, and it's just like, first of all, if it weren't for your sister, you would still be drowning in your grief. Because after their mother dies, she just kind of shuts down. And she does insult, I don't know if it was intentional, she does insult Hunter. She's like, how can you not feel anything? And you're seeing the pain in Hunter's perspective. And I think that's another reason why you can relate to her, because her pain, her anxieties, her insecurities, they really do bleed off the pages and create a really relatable atmosphere for the reader. So you're just kind of like, how can you say that to your sister? And Hunter's like, yeah, you don't get it. Like, I've had years to deal with the kind of sadness that you're feeling right now. Being bullied, being ostracized, being alienated, feeling like an outcast. You feel for Hunter, and I just wanted to smack Hunter at that, not Hunter. I wanted to smack Mercy and be like, how dare you talk to your sister that way? She's a shitty sister. She is. I couldn't stand her. I couldn't stand her as a character. I can't stand her stupid fake British, lingo. And she's just, she's just really self-involved and very just like, oh, if it's not feminine, it's wrong. It's just like, you only chose a male deity because you're a lesbian. She basically says that, and it's just like, excuse you? Like, who the hell are you to say that? And Hunter does call her out on that. Like, my sexuality has nothing to do with why I chose a male god. Mercy just doesn't get it, and she doesn't open up her mind to get it. She doesn't open up her perspective. She keeps a really narrow-minded point of view, and you would think as a witch she would be more open-minded. I mean, their mother was. So, I don't like Mercy. She's the only thing about the story that I didn't like. However, that being said, I may not have liked her, but I did like the dynamic between her and Hunter. I do like how they balance each other out. I will say that. I like how they balance each other out. I like how the rising tension develops between their characterization. I like how you're seeing these sisters just go like up against each other, and like you're seeing their relationship become strained, and you're understanding the shift in their dynamic and in their relationship. So I did ultimately like that about this. The only reason why I could possibly tolerate Mercy. Otherwise, if the tension between them hadn't been good, I don't think I would have liked her. I mean, I don't like her at all, but I don't think I would have been able to really stomach this book. In any case, though, Spells Trouble by PC Cast and Kristin Cast, I do think it is a interesting read. I really did enjoy it. Ultimately, I know, shocker. I enjoyed pretty much the Greek mythology that was incorporated into the story. I did appreciate how it did a little bit remind me of the original Charmed and Witches of East End. I really did like the Wiccan aspect of the story, the witchiness. It was great. It was. So really excited to read the sequel because I really want to know where the story's going to go from here. And this has just made me more eager to read the House of Night series as a whole. So, on that note, I will give Spells Trouble 4 out of 5 stars. If a book, I know I had issues with Mercy, but if the book makes me eager to read the sequel, if the book makes me eager to read more works by the authors, and I think that does say something about the writing style and the characterization as well as the storytelling. It does say a lot because it's keeping me engaged even when I'm done reading it. It's keeping me interested even when I'm done reading it. So if you want to go ahead and purchase the book, please purchase the book from your local bookseller or online book retailer. If money is tight, check out the book from your local library. All I ask is that you do not purchase the book from Amazon. Support your bookstores. You can support them by shopping on, online book websites. You've got BarnesandNoble.com, you have BooksAMillion.com, you have Bookshop.org, which does donate a percentage of all proceeds to a local bookstore in your neighborhood. You have IndieBound, Book Outlet if you're on a budget. There are a lot of book resources out there for you to purchase the book outside of Amazon. Heck, you can order the book directly from the publisher's website. Just support your bookstores. That's all I ask. And on that note, I hope you all will continue to support me here by liking this video and subscribing to my channel. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and as always, happy reading.